G'day and welcome to another slow and steady video here on the channel. My name is KT and today is Trucking Tuesday, back with a Snowrunner on rotation. And now I've featured this mod before and someone said, wow, I didn't even know, that kind of looks like a Scania, maybe like some sort of, it looks like a Scania, I guess you could say, but they didn't realise that this was modded in the game. It's a fantastic model, and I thought we'd talk about it because we need to give these modding communities the work that they do. You can see there on the back plate, left-hand side down by the wheels, just that sun is blazing over the truck. You've got the letters Golf, Golf, Mike, Sierra, GGMS. That refers to the mods created by Snowrunner modder Gaskel Games, or Gaskell, Gaskell Games. Popular GGMS mods include the Actos, which is this one, the Arctos. Let's try that again. Euro Truck Pack for the console, which adds a variety of customizable truck models with functional parts like autonomous winches, switch diff locks. GGMS mods include fuel trailers, money cheats, and trailers with lockable dollies. Well, everybody hates the dollies, right? And available on platforms like Mod.io. Of course, we've got the Euro Truck and American Truck. I believe the game is going to launch with no mods, and then slowly safe and approved mods will trickle onto the store. And I can only presume maybe they'll use the mod-io, maybe they've got their own party for that, I'm not sure, but their view is they want to bring mods on, and I really would love them to do so, because the modding community of Euro Truck and American Truck is incredible. But this is a good job, right? This is Snowrunner. Let's get started up. Let's have a listen. Sounds good. That kind of like that just sort of tick over before it kind of kicks in. And with the beacons on here look fantastic. I've got to say, turn the beacons on at night time. That really runs really well. You've got 3 beacons, kind of like lights on the front, just behind the nudge bar there, or the grille, as you might want to call it. And you've got 3 on them, so you've got 6 just on the grille alone, and then you've got this sort of like this beacon over the top. And we've also got lights on the front, which we can then turn on. And if you're reversing, these reversing lights, let's just pop it in reverse a second. So you've got reversing lights on there as well. Obviously it's daytime, but you can't see them at the moment. But if we handbrake and go back into, maybe let's go just into low, you can see the lights switch off. It's a fantastic mod, and I think it's only fair to give these modders a bit of a shout out for the work that they do, because we get to enjoy these games. Now I want to swing around and get a trailer. We're going to be rocking this truck for a little bit. Let's jump inside the cab. Let's have a quick look. Look at that, we've got a reversing camera. Crikey, last time I seen this was on Truck and Logistics, which is a fantastic small dev team that have done a fantastic job on the Truck and Logistics. But reversing camera looks pretty slick as well. Let's just back this up a sec. I put it in auto. Look at that, it's fantastic. We do like our first person here on the channel. Look at that, we can reverse it right round just using that camera. Oh, that's terrific. That really is. Handbrake. Let's whip back outside. And of course we've got working mirrors as well. Look at that, just a shake of the truck as you're sat in it. Just as it idles. That's class, absolute class. Sabre. I mean, well, obviously this is a modder, right? But the future of trucking on consoles is very achievable, very cool. It's a good-looking world as well, and we just want to swing around to the trailer store a second. So let's try first person then. Auto, that'll do. Handbrake off. I've always liked the third person in Snowrunner. I think it's implemented quite well, but some of the steering can be a bit sort of not janky, but it can be quite aggressive. So is that the trailer store? See what I mean? Is we just turn right there. When you're in the third third person camera, it doesn't sort of like it doesn't seem to be as quite as apparent, you know. But let's have a look at the rest of this cab. Got a sleeper cab look. It's all done out very quite nice, isn't it? Considering this is not base game track, this is a modded track. Terrific. Right, now what we're looking for is I want some sort of trailer. I don't want nothing too big. I need to pick up a couple of spare parts. We need to take them to the other side of the map. So, just a nice little trailer. Certainly not a dolly on the trailer. That's what we don't need. Okay, so I've gone through them all now, so I just need to choose what I like. Just give me a second. That kind of looks okay. That's got 4 slots on it. I think that might do. Yeah, let's throw that on the back. Oh, look at that sun coming in over this track. That could be worth the photo mode. Give me 1 second. Right, I finished messing about, taking a photo. Do you know, as I was taking a photo, just looking at the... I don't know if I can get in any further than that. Can you see the... they're a bit difficult to see. I don't know the word for them, but you got like plastic arrows that sit over the wheel nuts there. And what you would have when I was driving buses, you had them on the buses. And when you do your walk around check, you make sure the 2 sort of arrows are lined up. You know, so you've got like 2, and then it's difficult to explain. So you have like between, okay, a face of a clock. Between 1 and 2, those 2 arrows would face one another. And between 3 and 4, those 2 arrows would then face one another. And 5 and 6, those 2 arrows would face one another. And then if the arrows had moved, you knew the wheel nut was loose, and you wouldn't take it onto the road. That's what those green markers are on that. Yeah, I can't get no closer than that, but it's cool to see, you know. I beg your pardon, that's the front door. Hold on. Right, sorry about that. We're losing the light of the day, aren't we? But yeah, we were talking about the wheel nuts and how you know, you can kind of see them. I think if we could zoom in a bit further, you would see the wheel nut covers, sort of the 2 arrows facing each other. It's quite cool. I think that's maybe a Europe thing, or whether they brought it into the States as well. I'm not sure. But it's a safety thing, isn't it? Do you know, we're going to run through the night because I think this truck's going to look amazing at night. So let's go down to the ferry, which we're going to whip over the ferry, which is quite cool. I think it might be the only map in Snowrunner you've got to catch a ferry. Sadly, you don't board the ferry. Look at those. We've even got airlines. Looks like we've got blue, red, and that could be a green or a black. So let's talk about it. I wasn't expecting to talk about this until games kind of like, you know. So I believe red is the emergency line. This hose supplies the air to the trailer. Emergency brake system. In the event of the tractor trailer separation, this line pressure is maintained to engage the trailer brakes, providing a controlled stop. The blue, which you can see there, is the service line, and that's the service brake. So that's literally a brake line, which allows the driver to apply what we're trying to say. To apply the blue is to apply the when he puts his foot on the brake, that will put the brakes on the back of the trailer, right? And I reckon that might be it could be a green or it could be a black, but that's your electric cable line, which is, we can delve into this a bit more really, but yeah, it's cool. Anyway, let's catch this bloody ferry. So just push square, and it's 750 credits. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to set up just some waypoints. I know they look, I'll just put them on the the turnings, and then we can just follow all that road, because sometimes it kind of takes away from the trip, you know. But we're going to go through here and take that one there. There we go. Right, now we'll get going. Look, it's called slow and steady for a reason, isn't it? Oh, that was lucky. Go on, you got this. That's quite steep, to be fair. We've got to pick up some... that was lucky. I need to pick up the spare parts. So I think what I'm going to do is back this trailer up. Now, is it worth doing in third person? First person, sorry. Handbrake off. Of course, we're not able to put like a... oh, it could be quite difficult. No, which way do we want to go? This way. Because like I said, we were talking before about how janky it can be in the steering in first person, you know? Yeah, not straight, let's reverse this. Okay, I'm going to cut some slack. Let's just reverse this back. There's, that's what I was saying. Sometimes like it's just as easy to do it in third person. Although I'm not making a brilliant job of it. But yeah, we've got to take some spare parts over to the next garage. And that's what today's episode is all about. So we'll back that in there. And service spare parts. So I want to take 2, I think. Joe might take 4. Although that weighed down the trailer there. Do you see that as we put those extra 2 on? So let's get going. I hope everyone is well. I've got something interesting coming up. Well, it's been on the channel before, but because we've had these trucking games on rotation, I haven't covered it in a few months. But we're actually going to have truck racing coming back because now we're doing trucking. So until the big games drop like ETS and ATS, Thursday we're going to have the FIA truck racing back. Which I'm really looking forward to. I had a lot of fun. The aggression on there was really a lot of fun, and yeah, so we'll be hitting the racetrack with trucks on Thursday. And of course we have Wild West Wednesday, which we've always had. Wild West Wednesday coming up, which is good. But yeah, it's a good mod. I gotta say, I think it's they do ones with single axles on the back, and they've got ones with the twin axles on the back, and there's also a rigid flatbed as well that they do. So if you ever pick up this mod, it might be worth it. We've got a bit of a puddle coming up here. Our truck is not particularly made for off-road. But it's more than capable, and we also have got some active suspension as well. So so if it gets really gnarly, we can lift the suspension up as well. But you know, Snowrunner has been a game where I've got to say, oh, let's just get on those brakes. I can get that brake done. Right, it's got a bit of a crease in the road here. Hold on. Right, okay, we're fine. Let that engine do some of the braking as we just roll down this hill. Christ, have we got lights on? No. But yeah, a great mod, really. I think it might be a fuel station. Is there a fuel station coming up? I can't remember. If there is, we might sleep over and start the rest of the journey in the daytime. But we'll try and do a bit of role play here, you know. We can pull over and sleep anywhere, of course. But I think there was a gas station around here somewhere. Yeah, my mind boggles on what that king of the road or road king is going to be like. Are we going to find ourselves in first person a lot? Are we going to find ourselves in third person? You know, like I said, for some reason, Snowrunner seems to, for me, got a bit of a river crossing here, or a bit of a flood going on. So I'll show you that active suspension which we got. So you can lift it up probably around, I don't know, 6 inches maybe. So we'll just whip across this river. We got all-wheel drive on. So it's not shy. This truck is not shy by any means, you know. I got to watch that camber of the road. Perhaps there wasn't a gas station then. Right, so when convenient, I think we will pull up on the side and get some sleep. Our driver needs some sleep, you know. Not really convenient to pull over just yet. I know we're in the middle of nowhere, and technically there's no other AI traffic, which is, you know, because it hasn't bothered me that much, considering this game is 5 years old. It's over 5 years old now. It's never overly bothered me that you feel very alone in this world. But boy, have I had my money's worth out of it, you know. Right, let's run this up another gear. Let's have a look. I think that'll do. Yeah, like I said, the steering first person can sometimes feel quite sharp. So I think that's why I tend to run in third person. We've got another marker up here to change direction. Another flood here, but the centre of the road, which quite common, centre of the road to be the highest point of any water. So if you've got water across the road, you might want to take the centre of the road. I didn't have waffle, didn't I? Crikey! Wow, look at the lights there. And it's, you know, the dust that's being kicked up from the wheels. You can even see sort of, you know, being highlighted by the, well, it's not a brake light, because brake lights look like that. Again, you know, it just all works, doesn't it? Those brake lights, holding the brake on, putting the handbrake on, letting the brakes off, bit of throttle, and let the handbrake off. But yeah, the lights look brilliant. Look, reflections. You can see just sort of, you know, underneath the trailer of those of those rear lights there. So, oh crikey, what's going on here? Hold on, have I gone the right? Oh, that's right. Yeah, just thought for a second. So we've got to go right here. I thought it was a bloody dead end or something. Right, let's get some kip at this checkpoint. That's what we'll do. We'll just pull up here on the left hand side. There's no one else coming through. We're off the road, just in case anybody wants to. But yeah, look how cool those lights look. It's a very cool mod. And like I said, it featured in a video that I did before, but we didn't actually we only moved the trucks. It was in the way. But I really wanted to sort of highlight this mod. And I thought actually we could just move this trailer of spare parts to the next map. So what time is it now? It's 23:51. So we'll just go through to 6 o'clock in the morning. There we go. He's had his sleep. Look at him. He's even he was asleep until I moved the left stick. But he will doze off, our little guy there. Which again, you know, you look at roadcraft. and I called him Dead Dave. He was literally like weekend at weekend at Bernie's. Like he didn't move. He had no animation on the steering wheel, and there is some talk about Focus Interactive or Saber, whichever one it is, right? Saber. It's probably Saber, right? Whether they're spreading their butter too thin. You've got Expeditions that come out. You've got Snowrunner, which are still supporting. You've got Roadcraft. Now you've got Road King, and it's like you can see some of the quality slipping, you know. And with the updates or season patches, it's like you now have literally you have 4 games on the go at the moment. And that's quite a lot, isn't it? So yeah, there's some people saying that maybe Saber are just spreading their butter a little bit too thin. I think Roadcraft for me. Oh, I do love that music where it kicks in for the new region. Okay, so we're heading up to the garage, which should be straight along this road, so we don't need any markers. Carry on straight. We need to take this left here, follow all the way around. Okay, we've got a roadblock here, so we might have to get another truck out the garage, which should be a garage here, and we'll try and get that roadblock sorted so we can complete the mission. But yeah, that's the sort of talk on the street, really, whether having 4 games on the go is just a little bit, it's quite a lot to maintain, you know. We'll have to see, you know. There's a lot of people calling for just Snowrunner 2, basically. But it was so ahead of its time that actually it still looks great now. Like, it's still extremely playable. You won't come across many bugs. Hold on a second. Gotta get stop. Okay, it's got a river crossing here. It should be alright, actually. As long as there's not mud beneath that. What we'll do is we'll go low here. Actually, I bet you could see the driver just grab the gears then. Yep, reverse. Automatic. Low. Right. Okay, yeah, we're fine. And we still have the, I think we still have the active suspension up, which you probably should drop down a little bit. Yeah, let's just drop that suspension down. There we go. But yeah, you know, it's an exciting time on the consoles, and there's so many games coming out, you know, even that I'm going to be playing off this channel, you know, like Battlefield 6. I'm looking forward to getting back into that again. And all we need now really is the remaster of the Red Dead 2. And I can start, well, I've got a couple of projects actually set up for the Wild West stuff. So yeah, we're not short on content, and we're not short on ideas either. So we're doing okay. Might bring this up a gear, maybe. Don't want to go too fast. I won't make it look unrealistic, you know. But this is a tarmac road. Turning left here. No indicators, of course. But it will stall if you try and start from a standing start. Let's just try that a second. Right, so if we're in high, right? See, look at that. It will stall. Yeah, so you have to make sure you're in the right gearing. It's a very cool game. So we're supposed to be taking these spare parts to the garage on the next map. That's the idea of this video. Of course, often, you know, I get into these little waffle fests as we go on this little truck journey, and talk about various things. We've got some mud coming up. Hold on. Should deal with it okay. Let's go around the front and look at it. Oh, it's a bit muddy, isn't it? It's all right. Yeah, we dealt with it. Hopefully the rest of the road is okay. So we do have a roadblocks. Looks like some rocks down. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. But yeah, Roadcraft, I haven't played it on the channel for a little bit. I still dip my toe into it now and again. I can't see myself buying any DLC for it because I've still got a lot to get through. And perhaps we'll do an episode on now we got the double day for tracking, so we got the ability to revisit that because there's trucks in it, and you got, I think that I've unlocked the Zeke recently. I think there was not a pay star, it was a wayfinder, I think it was called. But of course we're still waiting, and that could make me pick it up a little bit more, but we're still waiting for mods to come on to Roadcraft. I'm not saying the base vehicles are bad, like they're not bad, but there's, as you can see from this truck, there's the modding community does seem to bring, they do bring a sprinkle of oh, let's just watch that downhill. They do add an element of something special with the mods, That's just my opinion, of course. And that is a lot of mud. Hold on. So we got sort of marsh to the left. Normally, any other truck, you won't worry about this. We just plough through it. I think we'll take the ones near the telegraph poles because at least we can winch off. I'm wondering how big my winch is. Yeah, it's not too bad. So I think we'll but yeah, this is going to get, we'll bring that suspension mode up. But this could be a little bit tricky. It might do it alright. It's quite thick there, isn't it? No, I shouldn't have stopped because that's just got buried in. It will sit there and sink, and that's another thing you don't really see on Roadcraft is that if I stop, this truck will just sink in the mud. But do you know, this truck has been a bit gutsy to get through that actually. Watch that camber. So I think I'll just roll over to the left slightly as we. Absolutely stunning. We didn't have to use the winch at all. Of course, here's that rock slider. We want to complete this journey, so we might just have to bring some sort of vehicle up. We'll just check, see what's going on. Okay, let's have a look at it. So it needs, that's why they need, so we've got 4 spare parts and it needs 1 to maybe spare parts to clear this little rock fall. So let's give this a go. Woohoo! And there's a reason for my madness. Yeah, so beautiful music. And then obviously they're going to have 3 in stock at the garage. So that's the idea of that. So let's continue on to the garage, which again, it looks a little bit problematic. We've just got to follow the road and then we've got to swing a left here, look. I think I'll leave that suspension lifted. To be fair, it didn't do too bad on the old, the previous mud. You can tell that this used to be a road once, so it shouldn't be too deep. I'm just going to keep throttling. I'm just going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it rolling. I'll watch out for those larger rocks. That looks a bit deeper, doesn't it? We'll keep it left, I think, although we've got these big rocks here, and it's only really a highway truck with a bit of customization, but yeah, no problem really. What we got? Let's grab that little bit of dry land there. I forgot the name of that truck there on the right. It's we're just going to keep this rolling, so we'll come back and get him, don't you worry. Of course, for all intents and purposes, this looks like a Euro truck, doesn't it? It looks like a European truck, which may look slightly out of place, I suppose, but, you know, we're not going to get bogged down with, you know, semantics or... Oh, that's quite deep. Come on, Katie, keep pushing it through. We have got a telegraph pole that we can get hold of. We could lower the speed. Go on, we'll lower it just a little bit more. No. So it's almost like the drive is only on those rear wheels, which I guess makes sense. You wouldn't really have drive on a highway truck on the front wheels. But yeah, that's got us bogged down. But no bother. We'll get the winch out and we'll hook it up there. Still throttling, but might let go now. Oh, come on. Just that single wheel spinning there, look. Let's go low, 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 low. No. We're still bogged down. Try and move those front wheels slightly. Okay, what else do we have? Not that much, to be fair. I wonder if we could just winch off that. Because a couple of trees, but I think we might end up pulling them down. Let's just go for this one. It's going to come off that pole once more. It's almost like it's stuck on a rock or something. Oh, I don't want to bring another vehicle out after we've done so well. Okay, attach winch. We'll try. Yeah, I've just pulled that tree down. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Suddenly that's become a rescue. Bastard! I wonder if I could just... have I got an autonomous winch? It's still running. The engine is still running. So I think we'll attach a winch on the back of that trailer, or maybe on the side of that truck there. Go on, see if we can pull it back up right. Oh, look at that mud up the side of the road. Okay, we're going to get a rescue vehicle. That's what we're going to have to do. So we'll pack that, because that cargo broke its strap. So we'll pack that back up. And we'll stop the engine. I guess he's going to have a bit of a walk now, isn't he? He's only got to walk up there, to be fair, to the garage. So not that far. What do we have in the area? We have a Ford Ford pickup truck. I wonder if that'll pull it out. Don't tell me you're stuck as well. Ford 750. Look at this, look. Even the ignition, can you see the key on the ignition there? There's a fob on the key. Ah, it reminds me of sitting in pickup trucks, like the old ones, you know. Oh no, don't get you stuck. Right, okay, that's quite deep there. Let's tuck this to the right. Got some decent tyres on it, to be fair. The bloody rocks. Right, tarmac road. Let's leave it in auto and get a bit of speed up. And see if we can go and find our truck and see if this will pull it out of the mire or something. See if we can use this as a winch point. You would think this is quite light, but I guess, you know, I expect this is a couple of ton as well. Oh, geez. Now, of course, don't forget, on roadcraft you don't have this, but you can get a flat tire. So if we, or not that, if we put up, you can see bottom left hand corner. We've got 4 of 4, so tyres are okay, but we have got damage in this game. Right, that's the left-hander we've got to take for the garage. There's our truck down there, look. Just trying to think where we could winch it. Should we try pulling round? Give him a bit of a 2A. I wonder if it will... Let's try winching it from here. What I'm thinking is actually... Because that truck would be heavy, wouldn't it? What we're going to do is going to leave that with a handbrake on. We'll leave the engine running. And we'll whip across to change track. Get this started up. You can hear the pickup running. Right. Beacons on. Oh, they're already on already. Okay, that's fine. So we'll attach the winch. We'll see how this goes. We'll want the back of the pickup. There you go. And what we're going to do is hopefully the handbrake's on the following one. Take these off. There we go, look at it. It's a good winch point, to be fair. It's better than that weak tree. Hold on a second. That's curious. Hold on a second, hold on. No, don't reverse back into me. Is there anyone driving that? No, obviously not. Okay, hold on 1 second. Right, pull this pickup to one side, not on that ridge, probably there actually. There we go. It's cool, isn't it, that pickup truck? Okay, we'll stop the engine. You can hear the truck running. Okay, let's get this to the garage. We'll give them a 2. Thank you. And we'll get ourselves to the garage. That'll be the end of the episode. But I really appreciate everybody checking in, we try and make little stories, we try and have a little bit of fun with these games, you know, and that's probably the 70s kid in me, just making up bloody my my own fun, you know. But still quite muddy up through this pass, actually. Please tell me this is the right way. Yes, it is. So hopefully we can make it. Like I said, this modded truck is it's a great truck, but it struggles. It struggles in this world, you know. It's nice to have in your fleet, and if you've got like a good run of tarmac, you can, you know, definitely use it. But it does struggle a little bit. Oh, look at all this mud. Going through that marshy bit, that's going to be a bit rough. Got these bloody great rocks. Actually, but it is gutsy. It, you know, it'll have a good crack at it. It will have a good crack at it. You don't want those rocks underneath the chassis, because it will scupper you. That's what it will do. It will proper scupper you. Almost there. I can see the sign from the garage. But kudos to the modder for putting this truck into the game. It's given me a lot of joy, you know. I've used it like a good half dozen times. Like, I've had fun with it, and I always think it looks really great with all those working beacons. I think we'll put the trailer on the far side of the fuel station, because I think these are going to come in handy, those spare parts, because I don't think there is anywhere that's got spare parts here. So detach that trailer, and we're back to our garage. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different on Snowrunner. It's a terrific mod, and there is some great mods on there. You have some people who prefer all the vanilla trucks, just running vanilla, you know, base game trucks. And there's been a lot of DLC over the years as well, so there's a lot available, you know. But if you fancy sort of looking at, you know, at the hard work that the modding community does do, then you can't, you know, you don't have to go very far to see some incredible work. But that's it from me. I guess I will see you. This will go out on Tuesday, Trucking Tuesday, so I'll see you on Trucking Thursday, tomorrow, Wild West Wednesday. If you like the video, smash like on the way out. That'll be super, super cool. If you're part of the SAS crew, if you're subscribed to the channel, a big shout out to you. You guys is what will make it possible for this channel to grow, and you know, subscribing or helping the, you know, being subscribed does help, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So I appreciate it very, very much. And if you're not subscribed, maybe, you know, if this is your jam, trucking, or even the Wild West stuff, you know, or both, then you know, it's a chill channel. We you know, we just take our time on here and explore the worlds and the rain and the environment, the sounds, you know. And look, I've sent our driver to sleep, so I guess that's my cue to go. I'll see you on the next video. Take good care of yourself. See you soon. Bye.